Hustler here, and I'm having a grand old time today. No, I'm not. So, uh, mm, it's one of those days where it's just like, this is how you run your business. Like, it's one of those. So I don't remember. Did I do that video already? I don't know. But there was I don't think I did. But I don't know what to call it. But it's basically things that just don't make sense when you're running a big business. It doesn't make any sense. Like it actually running a business in general, this doesn't make any sense. So there's this other time where they did something like that where they don't know what's going on, where the people who gave me the load don't know what's going on. I think I said something about something else too, where someone picked up a trailer and they didn't know that the other person picked up that trailer that I was supposed to pick up. Just be lost. So today, I got up this morning and I had to drive like 222 miles to make this load to get here at 11. So I got here at like 10, about 10:30, because the entrance is a whole nother way around and whatever. And I get here and it's fine. I get into, they're like, okay, get into this dock. I get into dock 16. It's all good. I made it here on time. I'm like, yes. I got here on time. And I'm sitting in there, and 4 hours later, I'm still sitting here. Meanwhile, I'm just carrying pizza boxes. Like, it ain't nothing important. Like, it's already out of my trailer. I'm letting you know that's what I was carrying, pizza boxes. They tell you don't tell people what's in your trailer, but it ain't in my trailer. It's gone. So I was carrying pizza boxes and I had to come here. Now the trailer wasn't even half full, like barely even half full, not even. And so it shouldn't take that long to unload the trailer. Even when there was like multiple trucks, it wouldn't take that long once they started. When they started, I was like, okay, cool. 4 hours later, I'm just like, did they forget about me? Because they stopped. Like, I stopped feeling anything in the back of my trailer. So I'm like, are they done? No, they came back, like, I don't even know. I guess they went on lunch or something. I don't know. So I'm fine with that. But the fact is, I need to take my dog out to pee. Like, the last time I took her out to pee was this morning before we rolled out, and that was like about 6, almost 6:30 when I took her out to use the bathroom. Like, it was like, yeah, around there. And it's like 2 p.m. right now. Granted, she hasn't had any water. That's just her. So her bladder shouldn't be bursting. But I did put doggy pads down for her in her little section. Look at her. That's just intimidating. Just in case. So if she peed, then she peed. I wouldn't get mad at her. There's nowhere for me to take her out. There's no grass here, and I'm fenced in, so I can't even leave. And I'm not trying to wait 10 minutes for some dude to come rolling on over to open the gate to let my dog pee. She's just gonna pee on the concrete at that point. And so I'm still here like 4 hours and 15 minutes later, and they call me talking about, okay, come to this door, bring your check. I'm like, check for what? And they're like, your the check for your lumper. I'm like, why did I need a lumper? To unload your trailer. I'm like, that makes no sense. She's like, how does that not make sense? Because no company requires that. They're their employees. They're specifically hired to, hey, unload these trailers that show up and stack them over here neatly and organize. Like, the company pays them. Like, they're asking me money from me to pay your people to unload your shit that you had ordered for your company. That makes no sense to me at all. And then I don't find out till I'm already here and unloaded. That makes no damn sense. So I call my fleet manager. I call one of them, because my normal one, I called her first, but she didn't answer because she has like a bunch of people that she has to deal with, so she was probably on another call anyway. So I called another one, hoping that one would pick up. And I was like, apparently they're like, I need to pay a lumper to unload the trailer. Their trailer. their stuff that they wanted and that they needed so badly, because apparently it was a JT load or whatever they call it, just in time. Like it needed to get here. There's no wiggle room. It has to be here on that day, at that time, and it's pizza boxes. So I'm just like, okay, but why does your company? Oh crap! Hold on. Okay, so I was like, I don't understand why the company requires lumpers to do it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And she was just like, why doesn't that make any sense to you? I'm like, because no company does this. Like, that's why. If I sound confused and a little irritated, is because this is not normal. This is new. This is the first time thing. And I don't like the fact that they're like, you need to spend money to come bring us your shit. That irritates the fuck out of me. Because I already have to spend enough money on food, showers, and parking while I'm out here. And that shit adds up pretty quick when you have to pay $15 to $20 for parking and $15 for showers several times a week. Because that's all that's available is paid parking. And then you don't always get to stop at night or wherever you decide to shower at, you might not have a free shower. So you have to pay. So I'm not trying to spend no more money, especially for the company who's supposed to have that shit covered. I don't understand. Like, and then they didn't know is what also irritates me. They didn't know. Like, we don't know till you get there. I'm like, you should know because it's your business. You should know you do business from them. Like, it's so weird. They'd be like, yeah, it's a broker load, so we don't know. I'm like, you need to know. Brokers, y'all need to get together. And then the company that you've given them, they need to get together too. But mostly, like, you can't be giving people stuff and it's not, you don't even know what's going on. Like, there's too much not knowing what's going on, and then it falls on us and we look like we crazy, don't know what we're doing. I don't like that. A lot of that shit's in the military too. You don't know what the fuck's going on until someone's yelling at you in the face like, why aren't you doing this? I'm like, doing what? That shit was annoying because that shit happened to me in the military. They're like, Wilson, don't you have a class that you're supposed to be at? Like at 7? It's 7:30. So don't you have a class that you're supposed to be at 7? I'm like, what class? It's like a class on this base that's like 2 hours away. So no one thought to tell me yesterday before work ended, at the end of the workday. Something? Nope. Okay. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't understand how you cannot function when people don't know what's going on and you don't know. So I'm like, how are you in business and you do this? I don't know anything about running a business, but none of this is making sense. Like, that doesn't make sense to do. I figured you should know everything you need to know. You should know, hey, this company requires lumpers, so you have to pay this fee. Put it in the note. Let everybody know. Hey, you have to pay this fee to get in. Hey, you need this paperwork, blah, blah, blah. And then you don't know until you show up. Why are you doing business with them and you don't even know everything? They could be screwing you over this whole time and you don't even know. Like, no. Like, this is really irritating because it's not something. Why it doesn't work this way? Why are you working this way? Okay, because I'm trying to read this message and I don't know, because I'm trying to. Because I have to send an EFS thing, and I have to send a macro 41 for it, and they're not billing the company, they're billing me. Me, $184. And I'm just like, you need to bill the company. The company's making the money, not me. Like, and the reason why the video is going to be cut for, like, when you'll see the cut. It's kind of obvious it's cut. But that's because the company here called me and they were like, do you have the number yet? I'm like, no, I'm still trying to get this number. And they're like, okay, well, we close in like 30 minutes. That's why. I'm like, I'm trying. Like, if they had said something before, then we would have been ready to roll as soon as you called me. But apparently, word doesn't travel down the grapevine like it should. like I don't get it. Like, why? This doesn't make any sense. Like, you would think you want stuff to work smoothly, because the brokers be getting all upset when something goes wrong with the load. Like, if it's late or something, they're like, why is it late? I'm like, cause shit happens. Like, where are y'all at? Like, y'all over there sitting way over there, head in the clouds, don't know what's going on. The only ones that really know what's going on are the actual managers that deal with the drivers. And even then, like, you call the brokers and they'd just be lost in the sauce. Like they don't understand what you're telling them, what's going on. That's why I hate, they tell me to call the broker when something goes wrong. I'm like, why do I call the broker? You gave me the load. The broker gave you the load and you told me to take it. Shouldn't you be calling the broker? Like, I have no business calling the broker, but I got to call the broker. And then I have to go back and forth talking to these people at least 3 times saying the same thing, and they'd be confused as hell. Confused. Like, I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, why is it late? I'm like, well, it's not ready, blah, blah, blah. This is what they told me. Like, they don't understand that I just said the load wasn't ready, and I came back the next day and they said it still wasn't ready, and then they just canceled it because it was just, I'm not sitting. You had me sitting here for two and a half days, so I got to go. So it's just, this doesn't make any sense. So, like, I'm waiting for the information because they close, and they can kiss my ass. I'll drop the trailer and leave it here. I'm not sitting in here. I got better things to do, like shower and not sit here. And my truck's about to idle real high, so you're gonna hear that. It's starting to rev up. So, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. I have 5 hours left, and I have 200 something miles that I have to drive and be in Alabama to pick up to get loaded by 8 a.m. And that's not gonna happen. It would have happened. I don't care at this point. Like, this doesn't make sense on how they are running it. It doesn't. Like, I'm only complaining because this doesn't make any sense. Like, I hate showing up and then they look at me like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That is what I hate. Because I've only been driving for a year and a half, but why the fuck you gonna tell me to take this and not even put in a message saying, hey, you have to pay a fee. This is the second time this has happened. So it's not often, but it's still really dumb when it does, because it shouldn't happen. Y'all, there shouldn't be any moments where there should be any confusion about what's going on with the load, the information about it. There really shouldn't be. Like, I get it, sometimes there are errors in the system or something that happens, but these kind of things are more so no one wants to say anything and tell nobody. That's the type of errors that I don't like. That's what annoys me, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. Because normally I'm fine sitting for like 4 hours or whatever, because that's normal. It is normal. Especially when I first started driving, I was always sitting for about 4 hours waiting to be unloaded or loaded every time. So that's fine. Other than the fact that I gotta take my dog out and I know she gotta pee. I know you gotta pee, I'm sorry. But I don't know. But anyways, I'm still waiting for information, because I'm not gonna be locked in here. I'm not. If anything else happens, I'll add it on to this. I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay, so finishing up this adventure for today. So it took about, like, it was cutting it pretty close, because they were talking about they were closing and everything. And so I got that, gave them the number, signed the paper, and I rolled on out and went to the nearest truck stop to send in the macro saying that I'm empty. While I'm doing that, I get a phone call, because it was like maybe it was a short distance. It was like 16 miles away. So while I was sending it in at the truck stop, because there was no place to sit at the other place, especially since they were closing, they called saying that the check didn't go through, is what they said. The number wasn't processing. So I was like, what? It was like, yeah, can you read it off for me again? And I read the number to him, and it went through this time. So I was like, okay, cool, because I was not trying to do this back and forth stuff, because I really hate that, because I've been hemmed up before. Well, not really, but kind of hemmed up before for a purchase for money that was supposed to go to somebody. When I was in the freaking military, they told me, first of all, I've never seen such wasteful use of money before. And they told me to buy paint with the government credit card. I'm like, why the fuck are you asking me to buy paint? That doesn't need to be. And the walls don't need to be repainted, because old dude hadn't been in there for that long, because we were having a changeover. Someone else, he was the dude that was in the office building was going somewhere else. We were getting a new guy, and they were trying to get him a new desk and paint and stuff like that. And I'm just like complaining, because I'm like, what is the point? There's no point. Stop wasting money. Obviously I'm not gonna win. But yeah, like when I purchased, the purchase didn't go right. It went on like it purchased and went on my card and some other person's card, and they're talking about how I'm gonna get hemmed up and paid for. I'm like, you can kiss my ass. I'll fight every one of y'all, because that had nothing to do with me. Because I bitched about this shit, talking about we shouldn't be doing this in the first place. So you're not gonna hold me back, because I'm supposed to get out. And you ain't gonna hold me back, because y'all don't know how to do shit right. So I was not trying to have a repeat of that. And they fixed the problem, by the way, if you're wondering. I didn't have to pay for the paint, because I'd be damned if I had to. I'd be real pissed. So yeah, that is it for that. I had to go to another truck stop because that one was too small. There it is.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Over an hour later.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Yeah, that's all the talking I have to deal with. Like, over an hour later, here's my load info. But they sent me a message saying I had a pre-assigned. So they already had the load and the info, but it took them an hour to give it to me. I have 3 hours and 36 minutes left on my drive time. I usually stop around having 2 hours left. I'm hungry and I need to shower, so I'm not going anywhere. I guess they expect me to roll out at like 4 a.m. to get there to this place at 8 a.m. So that's gonna be fun. But anyways, guys, that is it for the nonsense for today. Hopefully nothing else happens. If it does, then I have something else to record, because I was literally just talking about I need to record more vlogs, and then this happens. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next one.